1 hour before sunrise over the Atacama Desert, a faint streak appears on an all-sky camera. Not bright, not dramatic, just wrong. A thin, needle-straight filament moving at a speed no natural object should have while that deep in the southern sky. By the time software flagged it, the streak was already gone. But what the automated system caught in that brief window sent the scientific world into its most dangerous theory yet. Something else out there, something new, had just performed the exact same acceleration signature as 3IATLAS. Same timing, same spectral shift, same pulse pattern, except this one is closer. And unlike Atlas, which is trapped behind the sun for another 12 days, this new object is heading directly into an observational corridor Earth can see. The second anomaly has officially begun. The first red flag. The Atacama image should have been a routine atmospheric streak. Cosmic rays do this all the time. Sensors glitch. Light scatters. Nothing unusual. Except this streak was tracked across 3 frames, meaning it wasn't static noise. It was moving, and its profile was unmistakable. Linear body, sharp trailing filament, rapid color shift from red, white, green. A sudden brightness peak identical to Atlas's July 29th delta pulse. The computer tagged it automatically. Pulse match, 94% correlation with Atlas Delta 5 profile. A perfect fingerprint. An object no one has cataloged, just copied. The most controversial maneuver in modern astronomy. That was red flag number 1. Red flag number 2 came 3 minutes later. The duplicate signal. The same all-sky array that recorded the streak picked up a radio noise burst at 4.3 microns. The same CO2 emission line Atlas is infamous for. Except this burst wasn't coming from the direction of 3IATLAS, which was still hidden in solar glare. It came from a region 18 degrees southeast of the Chameleon constellation. A dead zone. A place with no cataloged comets, asteroids, or debris fields. And then came the timing. The CO2 flash appeared exactly 1 hour before sunrise over the Atacama Desert. A faint streak appears on an all-sky camera. Not bright, not dramatic, just wrong. A thin, needle-straight filament moving at a speed no natural object should have while that deep in the southern sky. By the time software flagged it, the streak was already gone. But what the automated system caught in that brief window sent the scientific world into its most dangerous theory yet. Something else out there, something new, had just performed the exact same acceleration signature as 3IATLAS. Same timing, same spectral shift, same pulse pattern, except this one is closer. And unlike Atlas, which is trapped behind the sun for another 12 days, this new object is heading directly into an observational corridor Earth can see. The second anomaly has officially begun. The first red flag. The Atacama image should have been a routine atmospheric streak. Cosmic rays do this all the time. Sensors glitch. Light scatters. Nothing unusual. Except this streak was tracked across 3 frames, meaning it wasn't static noise. It was moving, and its profile was unmistakable. Linear body, sharp trailing filament, rapid color shift from red, white. 2. Echo's CO2 output matches Atlas's ratios almost exactly. Normal comets are water first, CO2 second. Atlas broke that rule, producing CO2 at 5 times the rate of water. Echo's first readings? 4.7 times. Not identical, but so close it looks deliberate. 3. Echo performed a microthruster pulse. Atlas's accelerations were stepwise, clean, and timed. Echo just performed something similar, but even sharper. A sudden brightness flare. A hard angular deflection of 0.04 degrees. A tail shift from red to cyan. And then silence. Exactly the Atlas pattern. 4. Echo's trajectory is closing in fast. The orbital fit is messy, but early models show something terrifying. Echo will pass within 13 cents of Earth. Closer than Atlas. Closer than Swan. Close enough for radar imaging. If the agencies even allow it. That's when the fear took hold. Atlas was already impossible. Now something else is behaving the same way. Something newer. Something closer. Something copying our most suspicious visitor in decades. And then came the third red flag. The forbidden match. 12 hours after Echo's discovery, an amateur astronomer in Nara, Japan uploaded a raw spectral image from his micro-observatory. He didn't think much of it. Just another weird-looking comet. But an hour later, someone compared his spectrum to an archived image of Atlas from August. The match wasn't partial. It was identical, down to the curve, down to the noise band, down to the chemical signature that originally sparked the engineered structure debate around Atlas months ago. This shouldn't be possible. Two independent objects, on independent paths, from independent sky regions, should not share a 1 in a billion identical spectral fingerprint. Unless they aren't independent, unless they aren't natural, unless one is following the blueprint of the other. And then the nightmare theory dropped. Echo is not another comet. Echo is a manufactured counterpart. The triangulation error that wasn't an error. The next day, a cluster of European telescopes triangulated Echo's position. But something strange happened. Every model failed. The path wobbled. The orbital arc shifted. The deflection didn't match gravity or solar wind pressure. It matched something else. Controlled drift. When plotted against Atlas's trajectory, the two arcs curved toward the same corridor. Echo isn't shadowing Atlas. Echo is meeting Atlas. Somewhere near perihelion. Somewhere in the blackout window. Somewhere Earth isn't allowed to look. The blackout just got worse. The observatories that were silenced for Atlas were suddenly issued new orders. Suspend all imaging of C/2025 S3 until categorization complete. This is unheard of. Comets don't get classified. Comets don't get restricted. Comets don't trigger simultaneous worldwide observation freezes. Atlas did. Now Echo does too. You don't restrict telescopes unless something is happening you don't want seen. Something coordinated. Something controlled. Something approaching a rendezvous. What Echo is really doing. The behavior suggests one of three terrifying possibilities. 1. Echo is a recovery unit. If Atlas is malfunctioning, Echo could be a maintenance craft, a repair drone, a replacement. The identical pulse patterns would be diagnostic signals, system pings, beacon markings. 2. Echo is an escort. In this scenario, Atlas is not supposed to travel alone. Echo is the second part of a pair, a companion craft, a carrier, a defensive unit. If Atlas scans, Echo protects. If Atlas maneuvers, Echo adjusts. This would explain the synchronized pulses. 3. Echo is the next phase. If Atlas was phase 1, the scout, Echo might be phase 2, a heavier object, a closer object, a message-delivering object. And the chilling detail? Echo is approaching Earth from an angle that avoids the sun's interference. Meaning if Echo wants to send a signal, we won't have a blackout to hide behind. The coincidence that cannot be a coincidence. Atlas has nickel-dominant spectrum, stepwise acceleration bursts, CO2 thrust modulation, a 22,554-year orbital period. Echo has metallic chromium-cobalt spectrum, a matching thrust signature, nearly identical CO2 ratios, a trajectory curving toward the same corridor. Two objects don't evolve this way naturally. Not with this precision, not with this timing, not with this symmetry. The odds are beyond astronomical. And then the fourth red flag hit. Echo is changing course toward US. At 1:23 Universal Time Coordinated, the Las Cumbres Observatory detected a new micro-deflection in Echo's tail. A tiny, sharp, artificial-looking sidestep. Not caused by solar wind. Not caused by gravity. Not caused by jets. It shifted directly toward Earth's orbital plane. Not enough to collide. Not yet. But enough to realign its path into a position where it could observe Earth, signal Earth, scan Earth, or simply pass close enough to monitor. Atlas couldn't do this. It's buried behind the sun. Echo can. Echo is approaching from the open sky. The side NASA can't block. And then came the final red flag. Echo just copied Atlas again. An amateur observatory in Portugal caught a brightness jump. A precise one. A clean one. A timed one. 11.2 seconds apart. The same interval as the 3IATLAS radio burst that agencies tried to bury. Echo just replicated the timing of a signal we still pretend never happened. This changes everything. Echo isn't just copying Atlas's physics. Echo is copying Atlas's communication, which means the two aren't just similar. They're connected. The real fear astronomers won't say publicly. Atlas arriving was improbable. Echo arriving afterward was impossible. But Atlas and Echo performing identical pulses, thrusts, and signals? That's not probability. That's coordination. Two engineered objects, converging, inside one solar season, toward one corridor, during the only window Earth is forbidden from watching. This looks like a rendezvous. And those don't just happen. Those are planned. The final question. If Echo is copying Atlas, down to the signature, the thrust, the pulse, then Echo isn't just following. Echo is preparing. For what? For a meeting? For a transfer? For an exchange? Or for something far more unsettling? For contact. Because if Echo is closer, more visible, less shielded, then Echo is the one meant to be seen. Atlas was the scout. Echo is the one approaching us. And the world's telescopes just got ordered to look away.